Former President Jacob Zuma is expected to arrive at the High Court in Pietermaritzburg this morning, and that's amid uncertainty around whether his corruption trial will indeed get underway. Zuma and the NPA are locked in counter-accusations of using Stalingrad tactics to delay his corruption case. My co-anchor Ayanda Nyathi is part of the team watching developments for us there, and it was in an address by the Jacob Zuma Foundation yesterday, Ayanda, where they confirmed that the former president will indeed be attending today's proceedings. Sort of a pre-birthday court appearance is not ideal.
Yeah, no, it depends whether or not the former president will have his way. I mean, if he does have his way, he'll be able to spend his 80th birthday, which is tomorrow, at home. But if the NPA have their way, then, you know, some of his supporters are likely to be wishing him a happy birthday from possibly inside the dock when that trial finally gets underway. The NPA is with us, and they've been with us for quite some time. So let's get straight into getting a sense of their headspace as we look forward to what today may look like. Mthunzi, thanks very much indeed. He speaks for the NPA. Appreciate your time and your patience. You know, part of what was said by the Jacob Zuma Foundation yesterday is that the NPA has had a series of events in succession in the week gone by. Part of what they say has happened is that you've taken statements from a journalist and from the NPA's Andrew Breitenbach, I think they say, all of this with the intention of having a supplementary affidavit handed in court today. Is that true?
Look, I'm not sure about the allegations that they're making, but of importance to us is the fact that today the trial must resume. Our witnesses are lined up to testify against the accused, and any further delay of the matter is not in the best interest of any party. That's why the NPA will vigorously oppose any application for a postponement of the case for whatever reason.
So the claim that you are going to bring forward supplementary affidavits and additional evidence, that you say isn't true?
Well, issues of evidential material are not issues that we ventilate through the public domain. They really stand to be issues that will be ventilated in court.
All right. Well, there also is an intention from Jacob Zuma's lawyers to now, they say, approach the Judge President of the Supreme Court of Appeal directly for a reconsideration application. In what ways does that potentially complicate what you're hoping will take place today?
It shouldn't complicate anything because there's no legal impediment that when you lodge such a petition or appeal or clarification or reconsideration request to the SCA, criminal proceedings should therefore be put on hold. We are proceeding, that's why we are opposing their application, because there's no basis in law upon which we can stay this prosecution pending the resolution or the reconsideration of their request.
You know, people watching from the outside, people perhaps who aren't as intimately involved in this case, might be wondering, why not just remove Billy Downer so that the case can get underway? Help us understand why for the NPA, even that's not an option.
It's not an option because the judge has ruled on the matter that there's no basis upon which Billy Downer should be removed. And we'll be setting a very bad precedent if we accede to such a baseless allegation and request.
You've mentioned that your witnesses are ready. Are you at liberty to tell us who they are?
Not at all.
Thanks very much indeed. Mthunzi, of course, speaks for the NPA himself. And there you are. I mean, you know, typically you would imagine that there is a great effort to finally get this matter to unfold, given how long it's taken to get us here. The NPA obviously also being quite tight-lipped about what their plans are in a context where they too, despite their preparations and investment, haven't been able to ascertain how today is going to unfold. Again, as we've already mentioned, that the former president is now looking at private prosecution in an attempt to get Billy Downer removed from this case. Both legal analysts and the NPA believe that is not enough of a ground for that to actually hamper proceedings from finally getting underway today. It'll also be interesting to see how the former president, if we do get an opportunity to engage his team, is able to justify how, on the one hand, he's always pleaded poverty about him running out of money because of the litigation he's been involved in, and on the other, being able to fund something like private prosecutors to be able to come for Billy Downer. Either way, all of that is going to unfold in the theater of the court when those proceedings finally get underway at around 10 o'clock this morning.
And of course, we'll bring all of that to you right here on 405. Ayanda Nyathi, let me thank you for your time this morning. And of course, we'll speak to you throughout the day, I'm sure.